Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Glad to have you guys here yet again for another weather update tonight. Let's go ahead and see who is in the stream tonight. We got ourselves TRG, we have Brady, we have ourselves Bill, we have John, Caden, we have ourselves, let's see who else is hanging out with us. We have Mark, we have ourselves Matthew, Kid Storm coverage. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Like I said, glad to have y'all here for another update regarding the weather. So, we're going to be diving into the patterns, as obviously the title suggests. We're going to be diving into the patterns that's changing here because we are having a big mix-up compared to what we've been seeing. Big pattern change. We're going to monitor a couple storms that's possible. Also, take a look at the tropics overall and see what's going on down there because we still have that potential. A lot has changed on that system, as we're going to see here. So, we'll definitely have to look at that. What's up, Roadster? Hope you're doing good. We have William. What's up, Keto, as well? Hope everyone's doing good. Once again, good evening to you guys out there. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. So the way I like to do things, if you guys are new to this channel, I typically like to start out, you know, what's currently happening in the weather, and then I typically go into what happens in the future. So we're going to go ahead and start off here really quickly before we really dive into what's expected in the future. Like I said, we need to understand what's going on right now. So what's happening right now, my friends, is we got ourselves a, you know, a bit of moisture, a bit of a system working its way across the upper northwest, as you guys can see right now. This system is kicking up some rain across like northern California and the portions here of Idaho. Even Montana starting to see a little bit. There's actually been a little bit of snow up there on the really far northern side here of Idaho, like for that little itty bitty tip there up in the north. Seeing a little bit of snow actually for northeastern Washington state. But then most of the country here has actually been in high pressure, which is leading to some pretty good overall conditions. I wanted to go ahead and mention that. Then we got the tropics. We'll talk more about that here in a moment. But anyways, that's what's going on there, my friends. So we're just going to dive right on into it, y'all. We're going to hop right into the models. So obviously we looked at what's happening right now. Like I said, a lot of precipitation across the upper northwest. A lot of the other country is looking relatively, looking relatively much better. Not much going on and, all that fun stuff. Pretty sunny for the most part. Well, obviously not right now because it's kind of dark out. But you know what I mean. Relatively clear, I should say clear, because that it is across a lot of the country. So that's good, but that's going to change for a lot of places, as we are going to be looking out for here overall. So anyways, let's go ahead and hop over to the models, y'all. We're going to take a look and see what the future is showing us here. We're going to go and switch over here to radar and satellite. So like I said, the time is just right above me. Actually, hold on, let's go and line up to the latest. Let's see, I think that's the latest model. Yeah, showing right there for 3 p.m. over there. That's a little bit old. There we go. We'll go ahead and go to the previous moment. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Proxy coming in with a $50 super chat. Or this is a Venmo. Thank you so much. Proxy, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for that. Coming in with a lot of big support with a $50 support. Thank you so much, Proxy. That is so sweet of you guys. Y'all give Proxy a big thank you. Proxy's message was, Andrew, thanks in advance for all your work to educate and inform us, which keeps us safe. I'm proud to be a supporter. Thanks for all you do. You are so welcome, Proxy, and thank you so much. Guys, please give Proxy a big thank you. That is once again very sweet of you. Much appreciated, Proxy. Much love to you. Thank you once again. So, back to over here what we were talking about. Like I said, we have ourselves the systems popping up here on the northwestern side here overall. We are seeing that little system. Now, the good news is this system is basically just going to fizzle out. But if you look up there towards Canada, we have a lot of snow popping up there. But obviously, this is, for the U.S. in general. We don't really cover Canada too much. But there's going to be a lot of snow up there in eastern Canada. So my Canadians, watch out there for that. And then we have another round. You can see that another bit of precipitation works its way across the upper northwest here. This is kind of for November 4th. So basically about a day or so from now. This is showing 1 a.m. We'll call this about, nearly 24 hours. I mean, obviously it's not approximately 24 hours, but, today's mostly over. It's almost a third, and this is pretty much like the late third, if you think about it. So overall, this right here, what we're looking at right now, like I said, that we have that next system that rolls through not too far from now. So, relatively not too far from now. But then we work our way down here in time, and this system, continues tracking its way here to the northwest. But also, I want to mention there could be a little bit of snow shower activity according to this model that actually pops up here. Probably will, I'm not too confident on the fact here because, it's just a little bit of snow according to one model overall, but that's that. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, dude, Proxy coming in now with a super chat of $35. You are kidding me. Proxy, you don't have to do that. That is $85 Proxy has donated us today. That is so sweet. Proxy, thank you so much. Saying howdy, Andrew, and everyone. What's up, Proxy? Once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. That is super sweet of you. Much appreciated, Proxy. We love you. Thank you so much. Once again, you are the best. Let's see. Sunshine says, hello. May I ask what's been super windy? Hollywood Beach here, Florida. So, Sunshine, I experienced that here as well. So, yesterday we had high pressure building into the country. I'm going to show you real quickly. So across the southwest here, we have this high pressure system. It's actually located right here. Once again, Proxy, thank you so much. That is super sweet of you. But this high pressure system's been building in. And the thing is you see these little bars here? Whenever these bars get close together, that's what we call isobars, basically showing you where the differential in pressure is at. So we've been having this high pressure system roll in, and that increases wind speeds. Anytime you have a pressure system, either low or a high, that comes over pretty quickly, that usually amps up the winds. And so we had some pretty strong winds, but obviously today they've been a little bit more better. I mean, it's been a little windy, today here and there, but it's definitely not, I don't think it's been as bad as it was yesterday. But yeah, it's because this high pressure system building in overall, that's why it's been a little windy lately. Let's see here. What's up, William? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But anyways, that explains what's going on up there. But we're going to go back here to the models. But like I said, we got two systems in the works here right now. Now, possibly three. We're going to talk more about that here in a second. Let's go ahead and load up the model here. So, like I said, obviously, first of all, we have this guy, the current system that's rolling through right now, basically just, spewing in a lot of moisture across the upper northwest here. And of course, like I said, we have the second cyclone that comes here for basically pretty much the late third. So technically, like late tomorrow, and obviously rolls its way in across the country. But then it just kind of fizzles out for the most part. But then, this is where I want to go ahead and show you guys something here. I want to go ahead and bring y'all over here to, let's see here, the main US, and we're going to take a look here at the GFS model. So with that second system here, overall, you can actually see here that this kind of blows up a pretty decent snowstorm up across southern Canada. And, we're probably not going to see much snow across the United States with this system overall. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. This system's probably not going to bring any snow for the U.S., if any, very little amounts. But it will bring some rain possibly for the upper Midwest. So we're talking areas here, maybe even in like North South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and through Michigan, possibly even impacting the Northeast here for later on. See, November 7th, what day is that? Let's see here. What day is November 7th? So November 7th is a Tuesday. So early next week, we could see that cyclone work its way and bring a bit of moisture across the Northeast. Now, models are still pretty fresh, and obviously things can still change so that, where that central low is located, This could either go further north or it could go further south. I will tell you, if this thing trends further south, that could be an increasing probability for snow across portions here of the Northeast. So we'll have to look out there for that. But obviously, any further than that, I really don't like taking a look at the models here for the most part. Too far out. I mean, I really only trust them if they support about 5 to 7 days at maximum. Like I said, 7 days if I see multiple models showing the same thing. But typically, I like to look out between 3 and 5 days for the most part. I don't like going too much further than that. But anyways, did you guys notice anything about that? So we looked at the models. I'll go ahead and play it again. I want you guys to look real close. Look at this. So this is the map of precipitation. So go ahead and first of all get rid of this. But this is where, the blue is snow, the green is rain. So I want to show you guys something. Do you all notice anything what happens here, okay? Look closely. Do you notice anything what happens here for this systems? Do you guys notice anything? Anything a little odd at all? So this is the point of this live stream here. This is what I really wanted to show you guys. So if you don't know what's happening, if you don't know what we're looking for, look what's happening. So we have all these systems, right? We've been talking about multiple shots of moisture going in across the upper northwest, then tracking across the east, and eventually out there towards, maybe towards the northeast. But you haven't really seen too many systems down south, have you? It's been pretty quiet down there. There's really not a lot of system activity going on up there. It seems like that's mostly for the north. And if you look back at the thumbnail of this live stream, you'll notice how the north is in blue and the bottom is in red. So more precipitation up north, obviously not as much precipitation down south. So what's going to happen here, let's go ahead and bring up my handy dandy pen. We're going to go ahead and open this up here. But yeah, that's what you're going to notice is if you play the models, throughout the next, couple of days, next several days, for the next, week or so, all of that precipitation remains to the north. Basically just a big jet here, just works its way off. And the jet stream is flat right now. It is going to be flat over the next couple of days. So all of that precipitation here is going to be, just going to the north, and that's going to leave the south relatively dry for the most part. However, I will tell you guys this, and we've actually mentioned this before, this pattern will change once we work into winter. It's supposed to change because we have a really strong El Nino. If you don't know about that, El Ninos bring a lot more moisture down south for the winter time. So, like I said, this is going to change. It's just a temporary weather pattern. Things should, go back to normal here, I'd say, in a couple weeks or so. Or maybe a week, even a week or two. Could change. But, yeah, this is really for, the next week. So if you live up north, mostly in these regions here, I would, look out to be seeing some more precipitation, more snowfall, potentially in some areas as well. I mean, right now the models, like I said, once again, I don't like looking too far out, but, you never know. There could be a little bit of snow that gets injected into the country at some point. With this big band of precipitation that rolls through, it kind of shows a bit of a breaking here. Like I said, this is really far out, and I don't really trust this part too much, but it kind of shows a system out there for the 10th, which is over 7 days. I don't like going out this far, but it does show a little system out there, possibly kicking up, but, overall, that's just, that's what's going on. So, it is going to be relatively dry across the south. So, like I said, down south, it's probably going to be a lot more dry overall. And up north is going to be a lot more wet in general. Now, I do want to talk temperatures. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably wondering, well, okay, that's precipitation, but what's going on with the temperatures and stuff? So, temperature-wise, obviously, yeah, lately we had this really big cool down. This was back in the past at this point here. We had a really, really nasty cool down across the country here. I mean, it brought a lot of, cold temperatures, a lot of freezing temperatures. I mean, heck, even temperatures down in the negatives have been observed up north, which is pretty crazy. Cat Nato says, will northern Virginia get snow this year? More than certainly. There is no more than certainly. More than likely, okay? Because, for example, I've mentioned this a couple times before. Actually, I lived in Northern Virginia. That's where I was born and I grew up for most of my life. I lived in Northern Virginia. And there's two specific years to stand out, 2010, 2016, and they were both heavy El Nino years. And we haven't had a heavy El Nino since those two times. So we are in the same conditions that produce some really big snow up across the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic for this winter. So make sure if you live out there, pay attention to that. You got to really look. You got to really be watching the winter this year. Okay. So to my response to that is, yeah, you will likely see possibly even some good snows. I'd even have to say. But anyways, back to the temperatures here. So what's going to happen is actually things are going to warm back up for the most part, which is relatively good. I mean, you can see here, this program is a little glitchy sometimes. But here's for the 5th. So this is actually here in about, like I said, about 3 days or so. And you can see how the warmth actually returns to a lot of the places. It's actually for right around 1 p.m. Right around 1 p.m. you can see the temperatures up across like the Central Plains. I mean, gets back in the 60s and 70s, which is, pretty nice actually. A lot of the country actually in the 70s and possibly even some areas in the 80s too. So, but up north, for that area where all that precipitation is going to be expected for, it's going to remain a little bit more cooler, probably more in the 40s and 50s. That includes like the northern Ohio Valley, the upper northeast, New England, and the northwest here overall. But down south, it's going to, get a little bit more warmer than it has been. We just had that big cold front roll through. Brought everybody really cold temperatures. We got a lot of precipitation that rolled through some of these parts, especially down there by Texas, northeast Texas by Dallas. They got absolutely smothered, by rainfall, which was really ridiculous. And of course, we had like Maine get a lot of snowfall at the northern tip. But yeah, no, that's what's going on too. I mean, obviously the temperatures are going to remain cool up here and very, very cool, as well as wet too. It's going to be cool and wet up here, and it's going to be dry and warm down to the south here. And like I said, this pattern's going to remain for about a week or so, okay? And then I think that things are going to start to change after about a week. Typically these patterns don't last too long. They can. And I've seen them, actually last year we had some patterns that lasted a very long time, but the way models have been going and stuff like that, I don't expect this to last terribly too long here. So that's good. That's definitely some good information, or some good news, I should say, overall. But let's go ahead and hop over here to the European model. I switched sites over here to take a look at the ECMWF. This is the European model. Like I said, it's obviously never good to just take a look at one in particular model. You got to grab the models and you got to ram them together and get what they both agree on. That's what you got to look at whenever it comes to the models and stuff. But anyways, down in time here, yeah, with the ECMWF, we have that big load of moisture that's working its way right now. Once again, we can show you guys back here on the radar view. It is, like I said, a lot of precipitation working its way across the upper northwest. This is current moment right now. This is current moment, you guys. So, like I said, a lot of rain across like Montana, southern Idaho right now. We're seeing, a little bit of moisture kicking its way through. But then we work our way back here to the models. Like I said, the ECMWF, it shows all that here, maybe a bit of snow up there towards the north, which we did see a little bit. But then the system just kind of fizzles out. But then another system rolls through for basically the morning of the 4th, which that's pretty much about a day away. That's really not too far away. But then it shows, yeah, that once again, it does show that system for like Canada that could be a decent winter storm up there towards like southeastern Canada. And like I said, this is still, a couple of days out, in that central where that low pressure system is at. Obviously, the ECMWF shows it above, like Michigan. But for some instance, if the models push it more to the south, that would bring more of a snow threat with this in particular storm for the country here. But that's, there's no trend in it showing that, but I'm just saying that, things can still change even just a couple of days out. So we'll just have to watch that storm. But regardless, yeah, we're pretty certain here that, even the GFS, the American model we were looking at, does support a good amount of rainfall coming up here for, places like Wisconsin and Michigan, here between like the, pretty much for the 6th, actually. Yeah, pretty much for the late 5th into the 6th. You guys are going to be getting that, big band of precipitation. And eventually, here for like the 7th, about 5 days from now, right there at that capping point where I don't like to look too much further after that. It does show that system, bringing in, some rain for the New England regions. But it does also show, maybe some close call snow for up there towards Maine. And like I said, now stuff like that can easily change. Stuff like that could either easily change. It could either bring, that snow line could either go more further south. It could go further up. So, like I said, we're still kind of working on that. We're still kind of working on that overall. But anyways. But I just wanted to mention that, and of course, like I said, after that, the model, kind of goes a little crazy, and in the two models, the GFS and European model, they start to really branch off from each other at this point, because there's a lot more uncertainty further down in time. But both of the models do support that winter storm here for like southern Canada we were talking about there, out there for southern Canada. And like I said, that won't leave the U.S. completely dry. Like I said, once again, Michigan, up there in Michigan as well as Wisconsin will likely get soaked from this system here overall. Let's see here. But anyways, let's see. The pattern of snow still at the top of the country, I'm assuming, that will eventually work its way down, says Bill. Yes, you are correct. So as months go on, obviously as we start to get introduced to cooler air, so what happens is as the Earth tilts, as it comes away from the sun, obviously us in the northern hemisphere will be less exposed to the sun during the winter months, which allows for more cooler temperatures. So that cooler temperatures actually drive their way down south over time. And obviously, that starts to cool down the country quite a bit. However, the jet stream, like the subtropical jet stream, still remains bringing in a bunch of moisture. So there's still precipitation, but it's just a lot cooler than normal. So what happens is, and then you start getting those mixing up, moisture coming into cold contact of air, then that causes, some snowstorms to start developing. But yeah, no, over time, you are right. Over the next couple of months, that snow line will start to really dive further south. Right now, that snow line is kind of right up in here. Kind of right in these regions here regarding, snowfall. I mean, we've already seen some snow falling across most of these areas I've covered. But, once we work our way into, like, December, then they're going to really start diving a little bit more further to the south, something near like that. Obviously, that's not perfect, but, it'll just slowly creep its way down. But obviously, once we work our way into January and February, that's, like, whenever it's maximally cold for the most part, and that's whenever we have most of our snow overall. Let's see. I'm starting to see a nor'easter pattern start to form, says Bill. I don't see that. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Yeah, it's like I said, right now we got basically zonal flow, which is pretty much just the jet stream going completely east. Literally, the jet stream here. I can probably even show you that. Let's see here. So yeah, so we work our way down in time, obviously, with the whole situation going on, and you see how the jet stream just comes straight. You see there's no buckles, there's a trough right here. That's that's the next system that's going to be rolling through. But yeah, you look out for troughs for storms. Low pressure, those dips in the jet stream, that is a low pressure system. That's a storm system. But you can see how we have mostly zonal flow, and how basically the jet stream is just going straight across. There's no buckling and there's no kinks in the jet stream at all. So that is essentially allowing, for not much storm activity to occur. Now, that's still going to bring down some moisture across the north. That's why the north is mostly going to be experiencing, some precipitation and some, slightly cooler temperatures that we've determined overall. But then, like I said, later on down in time, you can see how, then the jet stream starts to kink back up, which, at this point, it's a little far out. But you can see how it goes from zonal flow to more of a standard setup for, storm activity to pop off. So that's the big difference. Let's see here. Will Florida get Wayne? Will Florida get Wayne? Florida will eventually get rain, obviously, but no, that's just me being smart. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's going to probably be a little bit between, whenever from now until whenever Florida gets rain. Because like I said, with that zonal flow that we have going on here, with the jet stream acting pretty boring right now, just being straight, straight across the country. That right there is going to lead to a lack of moisture down south in the southern United States, which is going to lead to more, more precipitation up north and less precipitation down south. So Florida, this is typically the dry season for Florida. At this point, this is whenever Florida is usually pretty dry overall. But yeah, no, it's probably going to be a little bit before we get any rain system. But I will tell you, this winter down south, to my fellow friends down south, out there towards like Florida, Georgia, Alabama, those areas out there to the south, you guys might be in line for a pretty decent winter. Probably a decent amount of precipitation and all that stuff. Anyways. But that is what we're looking at. Broxy says, are these upper level winds? They're mid-level winds. 500 millibars. Let's see. We'll grab a height indicator. Yeah, let me switch to GFS for that because it won't let me grab soundings. Yeah, obviously the height changes. Let's see here. So that 500 millibar height level. Bear with me for a second, y'all. Let's see here. So yeah, 500 millibars. So that's that line. So we're measuring the pressure or the altitude right here. So that's about like what? Let's see, that actually really determines on where you're at. Let's go ahead and grab like the Midwest. Yeah, that way it's more flat here. So yeah, 500 millibars at this height. You know, right around 5-6 kilometers for the most part. Yeah, 5 or 6 kilometers for the most part. So if you want to do the conversion, you can. But that's just how soundings are measured in kilometers for the most part. But yeah. Let's see here. Proxy says the older I get, the less I like winter. I honestly understand that, Proxy. I 100% agree. Yeah, whenever I was a kid, I loved winter. Don't get me wrong, I still really love winter, but you know, it's just not as exciting the older you get. I guess it's because you've experienced a lot of winter. I'm pretty sure that's probably why, but yeah. Not to mention, I mean, you really don't have anything to look forward to. Like back whenever I was in school, I'm sure a lot of you guys up north know exactly what I'm talking about. Like whenever you have snow days, it's the best feeling in the world. Like come on, close the school. And of course, then they close, and it's like the best feeling. And then you get snow on top of it. It is awesome. And then the older you get, you know, once you graduate, like I said, whenever I graduated, and we had snow days, but I wasn't involved with it because I was already off. So yeah, that I think that's a lot to do with it. Let's see here. But anyways, let's see here. See if I got any questions coming through. Trying to keep up with the chat here. But yeah, like I said, guys, if y'all have any questions, yeah, feel free to let us know. Like I said, we'll be here for you guys. We'll make sure to fulfill your questions as best as possible. But anyways, all right, so bottom line, guys, like we mentioned here, like I said, like we mentioned here, what's going to be happening is we're basically splitting the country into two different parts here. The upper portion of the country is going to be, for the next week or so, a lot more wet. There's going to be a lot more wet conditions, as well as, slightly cooler in some areas. I mean, it's going to be cooler than it is down south, I should say. Then, of course, down south here, like I said, of course, down south here, we have ourselves, more dry conditions, and, more of a, more warmer in general. So that's kind of the big pattern that we're seeing here for the next little bit. Let's see here. Carissa says, now up north the kids don't get snow days, they have virtual days, which is sad. Yeah, that is pretty sad. Actually I experienced that the last year of school. I graduated in 2020. Yeah, I graduated. I think it was 21 actually. But yeah, no, it was definitely starting to go to that point. Let's see here. Are we in second tornado season? Says Haley. No. Not really. I mean, we consider spring second, or we consider fall second spring, but it's been very quiet, severe weather-wise. There has not been a severe weather setup in pretty much weeks at this point. It's been very quiet regarding severe weather. Yeah, lately it's mostly been the focus of the tropics and, winter weather. Not so much of, like, severe thunderstorms lately. Let's see here. Also takes like over 15 inches for the school to even do anything about it. For me, back when I lived in Northern Virginia, I graduated there. For me, when I was in Virginia, they would only close if it was like a half. They would close if it was like a half an inch. I'm serious. If we got like a half an inch of snow, they usually closed, which was pretty crazy. Let's see here. But anyways, but yeah, back to Haley's question, about second spring. or second tornado season. Yeah, it's pretty quiet right now. But November, December, that's whenever the second spring really starts to come in effect. So we haven't really hit that mark yet, but we're getting there. We're definitely getting there, and things could pop off severe weather-wise here soon. So we'll see. We'll see how that pops off. Yeah, the jet stream is what mixes all those ingredients together. So we need to get some more dips in the jet stream. But with the jet stream right now being, zonal flow, just completely from west to east. If we want to have some severe weather setups, we're going to need the jet stream to do some funky little turns and stuff here. Will Louisiana get snow this year? Possibly, Brent. I definitely believe that the snow line is going to be pushed a lot further south. El Nino years, which we're in and forecasted to be in throughout the winter, typically brings more precipitation and more cooler temperatures to the southeast. So it's possible. Let's see, the Midwest for severe weather has been extremely quiet. Yeah, we had a record for slight risks. About a month or so ago. We had it consecutive for weeks and weeks and weeks. Even months, I believe. And it just got quiet. It's crazy. Let's see here. But anyways. I've seen tornado warnings in December. Oh, yeah. No, they can happen. Matthew says, quick model-related question. What are the typical biases for the Euro and GFS to look for? So that's the thing. So you never want to take one model seriously. I mean, obviously, take it seriously, but don't take it to be approximate. So what you got to do is, you got to obviously grab all the models. You got to, see what they agree on. For example, let me show you exactly an example of what I was talking about here. So let's go ahead and move back. So we're going to start off with the GFS, okay? So what you're going to want to do is you want to look for the similarities and the differences. So we'll go ahead and run the GFS here. So the GFS model, obviously, you can see right here for the, let's see here, this is for the 6th, right? So this is for November 6th, has a snowstorm over southern Canada, bringing some rain up north. Okay, that's the GFS. Now the European model, completely different model here, shows this system, still happening. There you go. For the 6th and the 7th, boom, right there. So they both show snow overall, and they both show a bit of rain. So that is an agreement between the models. That is what the models agree on. So that's good. That's what you want to look for. But if you see, for example, further you go down in time, the more inaccurate models tend to get. So, for example, this probably is not really a good example overall. But, essentially, if you have a differential, say if one model shows something completely different than what the other model has to say, that is essentially, like I said, that is essentially something you want to just throw in the trash. You want to keep those agreements close, and the differences you want to throw away. So you want to go off of what they agree on. That is ultimately going to lead to the most accurate outcome overall. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. What's up, Rainbow? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Say doing well. And our weatherman, Andrew. What's up, Rainbow? Hope you're doing all right. Anyways. What's up, Jenny? Hope you're doing good. Hope everything is well with you. Haven't seen you here in a little bit. But yeah, like I said, big patterns, big pattern change, guys. Like I said, if you're just now joining us, what we talked about here in a summary is that the north here, the northern country, it's going to be a lot more wet, a lot more cooler for the next week overall. And of course, more down south, it's going to be the opposite, a lot more dry and typically a little bit more warmer over the next week or so. So that's going to be the big pattern change we were talking about. So, like I said, we just had that big trough, that big system, not this guy, but we did have that system that rolled through, bringing some snow across the Ohio Valley for Halloween. The jet stream looked a little something like that. We had a little bit of a dip in the jet stream, kind of similar to what that future storm could look like. But now the jet stream's just cutting, or you get ready to start cutting straight across, which that's just going to lead to some, boring conditions for the most part. Well, not so boring up north. Like I said, a lot more, precipitation, possibly snow, as well as cooler temperatures will be observed up here. And of course, more warmer, dry conditions. Yeah, down south, y'all, I hate to tell you this, but it's probably going to be dry for the next little bit, as it has been. I live in Florida, and it's been pretty dry the last couple of weeks. Let's see here. I don't like seeing below average snowfall for southeast Michigan into winter. Yeah, well, so yeah, Michigan's probably going to be a little bit more below average this year. Because typically, what happens is we have that subtropical jet stream goes across the South country, which essentially allows for more moisture to remain to the south. Also, the jet stream is going to be shifting more down south. It'll probably be more cooler, probably a bit more cooler, but probably not as much precipitation. Let's see here. Jenny coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Jenny. That is very nice of you. That is super sweet. Much appreciated. Jenny, we love you. Thank you so much. You guys, please, in the chat, give Jenny a big thank you. That is very generous. Much, much appreciated, Jenny. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, once again, you are awesome. Thank you, Jenny. Big, big thanks to you. Let's see here. But yeah, once again, Jenny, that is super generous of you and much, much appreciated. Big, big shout out goes to you. Thank you once again so much. Let's see here. See, Washington, Pennsylvania, says Ragtie. What are you talking about, Washington, Pennsylvania? But anyways, but like I said, y'all, yeah, big change is going to be happening here, compared to what we've been seeing for the last week or so. Last week or so we've had, multiple systems roll through. It's still probably going to remain like that. Here's a good example. You can see a system rolling over here and a system rolling over here. The north, this is a great representation of what we're talking about here. The north, you can see a lot of precipitation. And you can see down south, it's dry as a bone. It is going to be a lot drier over here. Let's see here. See, Jenny says we love you. Oh, we love you too, Jenny. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. Let's see here. Boy, guy, if you don't wear your glasses ever again. What, you mean these ones right here? You guys can see my 4 monitors. It looks like 8 monitors. Yeah, I don't need them in here because it's a lot more dark in my room here. So, but anyways, here we go. Once again, Jenny, thank you so much. That is honestly much appreciated. That's very, very sweet of you. Yeah, so my program's a little late at updating, but let's see here. Robert says I'm on North Carolina coast. How might we get rain? So, since you're in the southeast, as mentioned before, the southern side is going to remain pretty dry for the next little bit. Like I said, we have high pressure across the east here, across the eastern country. Like I said, that's what's leading it to be so nice right now. Like I said, today has been beautiful across a lot of the places. But yeah, high pressure across the central eastern country, which is leading to not much precipitation and, overall, mostly clear skies. So that's going to pretty much be a remainder for the next several days here. As you can see, there could be some precipitation just off the coast of North Carolina. You could get a few showers, but more for the interior portions, it's going to be unlikely. But you can see how the south, over the next several days, high pressure just remains across those regions there. That's going to basically be, leading to not much precipitation and, mostly clear skies. It's going to be beautiful, don't get me wrong, but, overall, let's see here. See, OG, yeah, thanks for the humor, at least. Very welcome, Rainbow. Let's see, the pattern seems strange for El Nino. When is El Nino supposed to take effect? So, if you don't know, Matthew, El Nino, while it does affect weather all times of the year, El Nino the Pacific Oscillation, either La Nina, El Nino, is more potent during the winter months. So it's obviously not winter yet. We're still in, pretty much mid-fall right now. And, at this point here, El Nino, while it is affecting the world, don't get me wrong, it's not as strong as the winter months. So once we start to get deep into winter, then we're going to start to really see those big pattern changes. At least it should. That's what typical El Nino brings. El Nino winter this year, yes, yep, big El Nino winter this year. They've actually updated it to possibly 1.5 to 2 degrees above, or 2 degrees Celsius above normal, which that is a big change. And like I said, once again, what I've observed over the last couple of El Ninos, once again, I lived in the mid-Atlantic up there in Northern Virginia. During these El Nino years, both El Ninos, the last 2 of them, we've had some massive snowstorms across the Northeast and mid-Atlantic. You guys got to really brace for those. I'm serious. I think that's going to be a big key component overall. Let's see. What's up, Maya or Maya? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Does that favor the Northeast, says Bill? Yes. Yes. The Northeast will be heavily impacted. Yeah, will be heavily impacted. Let's see here. Small craft advisories. Gotcha. Let's see. When does El Nino peak? December? More January. Yeah, more January, February. That's whenever, typically. Or do you mean like the winter? Oh, I see what you're saying. When does that actually peak? I thought you were talking about when will the peak effects for the winter be. I see what you're saying now. So, let me... Here, we're going to do this for you. Let me put my water down. Okay, we're going to move our way over here. I'm going to show you guys a website here. Here we go. Let's go ahead and full screen this again. So, here is the forecast. So that's the models. And so you can see all these weird letters down here. You're probably wondering what that is. Like I said, it's pretty simple. So DJF, December, January, February. JFM, January, February, March. FMA, February, March, April, and so on. So you can see how, this line here, that is neutral conditions. That's neither El Nino or La Nina, just normal conditions. This is La Nina down here. So we've been in for the last couple of years. And up here is El Nino, which is the new phase we're in right now. So you can see, like I said, you can actually see here how the middle ground, like I said, we like to take that red, your dynamic average, because that basically, measures the average between all the models here. And you can see it peaks right at that 2 degrees Celsius above normal. So basically at the equator, the surface temperatures of the ocean are 2 degrees Celsius above normal, which that makes it very violent. Very violent El Nino. Really, really strong El Nino, I should say. In which you can see at the peak there, has it right there for December, January, February. So kind of, January, that middle area. That'll be like the peak for El Nino. And that's whenever I really think we're going to see some big snow up there across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. That is, yeah, that's that. Let's see here. Jenny says, I want snow. I do too, Jenny, but I'm down in Florida now, so I won't be able to see any, unfortunately. Let's see here. See, I hope my winter is the same as winter 21. 21 was a La Nina, so completely opposite. Yeah, we're going to see a complete opposite type of winter than we did last year. Yeah, for all of you guys that are used for the last couple of winters, we've been in the opposite effect. We've been in La Nina down here for years. I mean, I think since like 2019, we've been down here in the graph. And now we're up here. So everything's changing. So do not expect the same type of winter you experienced last year. That goes for everybody because it's going to change. It's going to shift up the palette completely. Absolutely. Rainbow says Florida gets snow rarely. Where I'm at, not really. I'm south of Orlando. Like I am literally deep into Florida. So yeah, we unfortunately I probably won't see snow. Yeah, I'm around in here. I'm like dead center Florida, basically. 2014, was that El Nino? I think it was. I know 2016 was. Pretty sure it was, though. Yeah. Let's see here. How does El Nino affect lake effect snow? Gotcha. Really good question, by the way. So, with lake effect snow, I think, will be amplified too across portions here of the Northeast. The reason is because that jet stream, we're going to have a pretty strong jet of air possibly working its way over the Ohio Valley, which, that's going to kick up that moisture from, the Great Lakes here. And that could lead to, some lake effect snow. Absolutely. So I personally do think that this El Nino will increase that overall, favorability. Haley, Stormy's doing good. Yeah, Stormy's doing good. Yeah, she lives in the main house. I'm kind of on a little extension here. Kind of, my door literally goes outside, so I'm kind of in my own little apartment per se. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll do a tour of my studio apartment here, even though it's not an apartment, it's just a side of the house. But I'll do a tour of it pretty soon. I got a green screen over there to make my videos. I would show you, but my camera's kind of mounted right now. But I would show you. It's over to my left. Just wait a little bit, and I'll show you guys a tour here in a little bit. Let's see here. Do I think we'll get 20 inch in southeast Michigan? So, Joey, I was actually talking about that yesterday. That's something I really don't like. That is something I really, really don't like to do. For the people, I know people who goes, you'll probably see between this many inches and that many inches this winter. I don't like doing that. That is extremely, extremely hard to predict, first of all, because it goes down to individual snowstorms. I mean, you don't know how many snowstorms you're going to get. There's no way of telling exactly how much snow you're going to have. I mean, maybe, statistical averages, but even then, some years bring more snowstorms than others. That's that. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Trying to keep it simple, but this is my little rant about that. There's people that are like, yeah, you can expect that many inches. I've never gone off of that, and I never will on this channel. Let's see here. Locked in my weather dungeon. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I got a little living room, too. You guys are going to love it. It's pretty cool. I'm still kind of working at putting everything away, but for the most part, it's gotten done. I finally got rid of all my cardboard boxes for the moving process. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I'll have to show you guys that in a little bit. Let's see here. Joey says, thank you. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. But like I said, yeah, up there in the north this year, it's probably going to be a little bit more dry. Even though it's not right now, but that's that. Deborah says, will we see snow in Tennessee? Yeah. Yeah, more than likely you will. Yeah, Tennessee typically gets some snow every year. In which, this year, especially with that, Pacific jet stream, a big tropical, or did I say Pacific? Sorry, tropical jet stream. So basically a bunch of moisture coming through the southern U.S. and of course, the jet stream that's going to be aiming down south, the polar jet stream that's arcing south. So the cold air is going to be brought down, and the moisture is going to come up from the south, leading to the southeast being the target for this snow season. Let's see, you're lucky you're in warmer Florida. I like the cooler temperatures, believe it or not, more, but I love it down here. I have all my family down here. It's where they've been, and my girlfriend lives down here. So I'm just, I'm glad to be back down here. Let's see here. Rob says, just got here. Can I say everything I just already said already? Oh my goodness. We talked about a lot. I don't know if I can do everything. If you want to rewind the live stream, yeah, because we've already been talking for over 45 minutes, so that would be another 45 minutes. But for summary, I'll do a very quick summary for you. So what we talked about, and this goes to all of you guys joining here, what I was saying here is the big thing, the big change for the next week. We kind of got off topic with winter talk, but the big pattern change for this week, literally splitting north and south through the country. Splitting north and south. Up to the north here for the next week, it's going to be a lot more wet. We already have a system on through, another one scheduled for, basically the day after tomorrow. I think that's it up there, actually. Another round is coming through. So a lot more wet and, actually slightly more cooler as well. Down to the south, the opposite. It's going to be pretty dry for the most part. And it's going to be, a bit more warmer as well, more than likely. Let's see here. But anyways, Night Venom says, what's up? What's up? Hope you're doing good. Joseph, we're not doing zip codes right now, but I can assure you there's no bad weather for severe storms right now happening. There's really no crazy weather expected for the United States right now. I'm just going to be straight up with you. Yeah, it's pretty quiet for the most part right now. That's what I'm saying, though. Up north, though, that's where we're going to see some snow. Maybe some storms, more cooler temperatures, maybe some snow over the next couple of systems could be possible. And then, of course, downstairs, I almost said downstairs, down south, it's going to be a bit more, a lot more dry, because we're just going to have consistent high pressure down here in the southeast here. Let's see here. Rainbow says, gotta go for now. Thanks, Age, for helping people with the weather outlooks. Take care. See you next time. Sunglasses. All right, see you later, Rainbow. I appreciate you joining. But like I said, y'all, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll do my best to answer it to the best abilities I have. But yeah, we're probably gonna be winding down the live stream here in a couple minutes, guys, because we typically go live for an hour on these briefings. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow. I'll do a video. I'm not sure what time that's gonna come out. Just depends on what time I get up. It really comes down to that because my sleep schedule has been terrible lately. I mean, it's been all over the place. Sometimes I'm up at this time. Sometimes I'm asleep at this time. In the last couple of days, it's been terrible. But I will try to get it out early afternoon. Let's see here. Can we look at the SPC for fire weather? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, we haven't looked at the SPC today anyways, so yeah, we'll go ahead and show you. So, if you don't know, SPC stands for Storm Prediction Center. Let's see here. Today, we're going to go off the convective outlook first. No thunderstorms today. Southern Florida might get a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Out there by like Miami and the Keys. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing severe. And of course, the day after that, nothing really. A little sliver up there across western Washington State. So severe weather-wise, yeah, there's nothing in the works. I mean, even on the next, yeah, they don't even have anything here for the extended range, so we're good. Let's see here. But you wanted to look at the fire weather potential. Let's go ahead and look at that here. Yeah, there's literally nothing even for fire weather. It is, let's see here. Yeah, no critical, meaning that there's, like, not really bad conditions at all overall. Let's see here. Jenny coming in again with the support with a $10 super chat. Jenny, that is so nice of you. You, seriously, Jenny, you did not have to do that at all. That is super generous of you. Jenny, from the bottom of my heart, thank you once again so much. Say NW16 is the best. Right back at you, Jenny. Thank you. Seriously, you have no idea how much that means to me and how much that helps us out. Thank you so much for that, Jenny. You are the best. Yeah, both Jenny and Proxy, you guys seriously coming in with the support tonight. Thank you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for that, guys. Much, much appreciated. It definitely means more and it helps out a lot more than you might think. So thank you so much. Let's see. Bill says, see you later. Gotta go. All right. See you later, Bill. But yeah, no fire conditions, so we're good. No, no severe weather, no fire conditions. Tropics. Almost forgot. We did not look at the tropics yet. That is probably something we should do. We're going to start off with the Hurricane Center. Once again, Jenny, thank you so much for that. That is much appreciated. So the big change, yeah, in terms of the tropics, they actually brought down that probability significantly. I believe this was once at like a high % chance overall. Of development. We're talking a 20% chance overall, for the next 7 days and the next 48 hours. So a 20% chance this thing will be a not a named storm, but either a tropical depression or a tropical storm, which in that case it would be named. But yeah, if you look at it the other way, it's pretty much an 80% chance that the system will not be a tropical depression or a tropical storm. So yeah, it's a little quiet in that aspect. But East Pacific, we got Pillar, I think that's the name of it. This system's just going to remain a tropical storm for the next couple of days, remaining well out from anywhere of any issues. Let's see here. Proxy coming in with a membership support too. I better turn that down. Thank you so much, guys. That is so nice of you. Proxy, thank you so much. You do not have to do all that you do. That is super sweet of you. Huge shout out to you, Proxy. Guys, please give Proxy and Jenny a big thank you tonight. You guys are awesome. You guys are very, very big supporters. We love you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, we have Pillar, I think that's the name of it. Let's see. Yeah, currently 60 mile an hour winds, 998 millibars. We have another system, also 20% chance of development, but yeah, tropics are, nothing too crazy going on right now. However, I will say, this is 97L when we were watching there, regardless of development, as it mentioned, the system is going to be bringing heavy rain over like Jamaica. So Jamaica, got to watch out for heavy rain, and even Central America out there should really watch out for that because it's going to be a good amount. All these memberships. Thank you so much, Proxy. Once again, that's so sweet of you. That is very, very nice. But anyways, but yeah, so that's what's going on there in the tropics. Nothing too crazy. Central Pacific, it's got look at that little outline, itty bitty outline. But yeah, nothing out there as well. So it's pretty pretty calm. Like I said, it's pretty calm for the most part. There's no crazy systems happening right now, so that's good news. Like I said, there's a shot for a couple of storms once again for the north. I'll go ahead and show you that before we roll off again tonight. Do I have any map of the UK? See if it's still raining / windy there. I think the GFS goes out there. Yeah, we looked at this here. Let's see. So yeah, it definitely looks like they got hit by a really strong cyclone here. Yeah, and there's actually another one. So yeah, it looks like it is definitely still raining across some of those regions there. Looks like a bit more rain is possible too. So yeah, that's that. Let's see here. But anyways, what was I gonna do again? Oh, talk about the systems for the U.S. Okay. Almost forgot there. But yeah, like I said, right now we have the... Hey, we're going to full screen that so you guys can see it a little better. There we go. So right now, before we zoom into that, so like I said, right now we have this precipitation in this little system rolling across the northwest right now. And like I said, we take that down in time here. Let's see here. Yeah, so up here we have this system. It just kind of fades out, honestly, but then another system rolls through. And this system actually sparks off, winter storm, actually, for, like, southern Canada. Which will, like I said, it won't leave the United States dry. I mean, it'll cause some rain up there towards, like, Michigan and, portions out there by, possibly by Wisconsin and an extended range, maybe even the Northeast. We'll see. But then, after that, yeah, more systems. I mean, like I said, look at that. You can literally see how quiet the South is. You see how quiet the South is here? I mean, it's just high pressure after high pressure. Meanwhile, up north, we have just multiple rounds of, systems rolling through. So, that's just the overall verdict. That is essentially kind of what we're, talking about here is that the, once again, the north, more wet and, a little bit more cooler. And then down south is, more dry and, a little bit more warmer out there. But anyways, random question, is there a certain time I do live streams or are they just fly usually? So, they usually just fly, but I try to go live between like 7 and 9 o'clock on weekdays. Weekends could go a little later. I'm actually starting to think about creating a schedule. I really probably should, to a specific time. That way you guys know when to come here. So I will work on that. I'll need to figure out what time the best is. I'm thinking maybe 8:30. 8:30 maybe. I feel like that's a good time to go live overall. But yeah. Like I said, right, once again, tonight or tomorrow, I'm not doing another live stream tomorrow because, like I said, well, first of all, there's not any main system that's really a big problem. I mean, like I said, a couple systems roll through, but no big deal. But whenever it comes to content related, I will do a video tomorrow, probably just talking about this weather change we were talking about. Just make a video about it and possibly update the models for you guys and stuff like that. Let's see. I'm in Indiana. Is looking like I'm cut off, so maybe yes, maybe no. So yeah, no, you are included. I meant to actually draw that a little further to the south. Yeah, so where you're at, you can actually see how some of the rain does make its way out there, towards those regions eventually. Let's see here. Matthew says, "Thanks, Andrew. You're very welcome." See, yes, schedule please. Okay, I will. Let's see here. Have fun, Haley. Broccoli says, yeah, I will, Broccoli, whenever I get everything situated. I'll get to it eventually. But, all right, guys. Well, we are now at the hour mark of being live, so we're going to go ahead and wind things up for the night. Once again, huge shout-out goes to Proxy and Jenny. You guys, honestly, super, super sweet. I really appreciate it. You guys, seriously, have really helped us out. So huge shout out once again goes to Proxy as well as Jenny. Thank you guys so much. Super, super sweet of y'all for the support and much love. Thank you guys so much. Of course, once again, thank every single one of y'all for, just joining out for here and just hanging out and stuff like that. It's greatly appreciated, and like I said, we'll continue to keep you guys updated with the weather here. Are you serious? Jenny, again! Are you serious? Jenny, come on. You don't have to do that. Coming in with another one. Are you serious? Another $10 donation coming in from Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. That is so sweet of you. That is super sweet of you. Jenny, we love you. Thank you for that. Seriously. That is super nice of you. Much appreciated. Thank you so much, Jenny. That is amazing. Big thank you. You seriously did not have to do that. Thank you so much. Huge shout out. Yeah, you guys please give Jenny a thank you. That is much appreciated. It's very, very sweet. Thank you once again, Jenny. Let's see here. Roaster says, great update, Andrew. Thanks. You're very welcome. Let's see. Rag says, best channel out there. Well, thank you, Ragtype. Really appreciate it. Matthews, Jenny versus Proxy. Once again, guys, thank you so much. Proxy says, Andrew, you richly deserve all the support your channel gets. Thank you, Proxy. You guys are so sweet. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Amtrak says, what is happening? We're wrapping things up here, Amtrak. That's what's happening. Yeah, we've been live for about an hour. A little over an hour now. Let's see here. Group is awesome. Oh, well, thank you so much. That is very, very sweet. Let's see here. Jenny says, we thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Jenny. Honestly, thank you so much for that. My God, Proxy! Now with a 50. Oh my gosh, I better end before this competition. Stop. Thank you, Proxy. Come on, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Guys, please give hearts out to Jenny and Proxy. Proxy, thank you so much, guys. Y'all really are super sweet. You did not have to do any of that. Massive, huge shout out goes to Proxy and Jenny too. You guys are legends. Thank you guys so much. Proxy, once again, thank you. All of you guys, I'm running out of words. I don't know what to say. But other than thank you so much, it really means a lot to me. Huge thanks. But all right, my friends. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Y'all, please, once again, give Jenny and Proxy a big thank you, as I am super appreciative of them. Thank you so much. But all right, my friends. Well, we're going to head over here to the ending screen. Like I said, stream's going to head off here in approximately 2 minutes. Get it approximate proxy. Sorry, that's just pretty bad joke. But anyways, guys, you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Like I said, we'll do a video tomorrow to make sure that you guys are, like I said, updated with all the, like I said, all the weather and stuff like that. Once again, no live stream tomorrow, just a video on everything, going on there with the weather pattern. I'll just make a video on the weather pattern we were talking about tonight for the most part. Just a little quick summary of what we were basically mentioning tonight. But all right, guys. Well, once again, as always, much appreciated for y'all joining us. And if you have not already, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, and one last big, huge thank you to Proxy and Jenny. Thank you guys so much. Much love to y'all. And all right, guys. Well, y'all take care, and we will catch you guys here later on. All right, my friends. Much love to y'all. Please be safe out there, even if there's really nothing crazy going on. But just, be safe. And all right, guys. Y'all take care. We love y'all. Please be safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.